She says, "You're so hard on yourself. You're so hard on yourself. Why are you so hard on yourself?" So she keeps acknowledging that you are just really, really tough on yourself and you need to give yourself a break. You need to give yourself a break. It's as if the standards that you have for yourself are not realistic and she wants you to just lay off of yourself and not be so hard on yourself. Because she says that you just expect too much from yourself and give yourself a break, give yourself a break. She says you were always overdoing it as a kid. And she said, as I was talking to you, a hummingbird just flew up to the window. My name is Fernando, and I have a special gift. I speak to the dead. Join me as I cross over the rainbow and connect with spirit. There are signs everywhere. Our loved ones are always trying to let us know that they are with us. They can use the energy of animals such as butterflies, hummingbirds, and even influence our four-legged friends to get our attention. The random behavior of a child can also be a way for our spirit family to let us know that they are around. In this next reading, the sheer number of signs that show up can only be acknowledged as divine intervention. I've actually got 3, possibly 4 females, and so you got a lot of girls behind you. You got a lot of women behind you. One of them is stepping forward. I don't know who this is first, but let me go ahead and just start describing what I'm getting. She's like really pushy. So this is a nurturer by nature. This is someone who was a giver, someone who was very concerned with everybody else's feelings. What's interesting about this individual is I feel that towards the end of their life, they really struggled because it's as if they became a figment or a fragment of who they were as a whole. And they did struggle to try to kind of maintain or keep up with all of the demands that everyday life had for them. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. She also keeps talking about something going on in her brain, or she's talking about some issues where either she was having trouble remembering things or she was having trouble keeping up mentally and she was feeling very exhausted or very tired. And she also makes me feel that this was kind of an ongoing little thing that was going on there where it says, yeah. Okay, the way that this comes across to me is it reminds me of someone who is either debilitated or cannot do for themselves as much as they're used to doing. So there's something that caused them to become debilitated. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. So there's this feeling of mobility or loss of function there, but still keep going, still keep going, still keep going. So they're still going, but they're acknowledging like a loss of mobility, a loss of function. And there's also they're also showing me Dory from Nemo, Finding Nemo. So do you know if there's a Doris or a Dora or a Dory name as well? Either that or they're referencing the forgetfulness, and because Dory was a forgetful person, so she's acknowledging this. So she's definitely sticking to the theme of forgetting stuff or not always being totally as sharp as she was wanting to after this. She also talks about a potential procedure that didn't happen. So was there a procedure or an option for procedure, but it was just so tricky that they decided not to do it?
Yeah, I think too, just with age.
Okay, because she's acknowledging like there was a potential procedure, but there was like no. It was almost like it was more about quality of life left versus like being stuck in a bed or something like that. Because she's referencing that as well. She's also got it. Did you not get a chance to say goodbye to her, or were you not able to speak to her?
I was there. She's the only person I've ever watched pass.
Okay, because
She had been into a coma, and she wasn't
oh,
mentally really all there.
that's it. So she was
So,
out. Was she out of it because she keeps talking about not being able to communicate?
yes.
That's it. That's it. That's what she was. Okay, that's it. Okay, glad it. We're getting her. Okay, because yeah, because she kept referencing I didn't get a chance to say goodbye or I wasn't able to communicate, and even though you were there, she wasn't like talking. She wasn't able to be alert or to be aware. So, but she wants to let you know that she was aware, that she was there, and that she knew that you were with her because she keeps holding your hand. So she's referencing that. Okay. So she's going to send you 2 signs because she's acknowledging 2 signs for you. One would be butterflies, and then one would be hummingbirds. So both hummingbirds and yeah, yeah, because she's acknowledging hummingbirds and butterflies being your sign for you. So you're going to experience both. She says she likes to send you both because you need both. So she's referencing that as well. She's also acknowledging, interestingly enough, the month of August. So do you know if August is significant or the number 8 is significant?
Number 8, August and 8.
So
Uh,
it's either August, the month of August, this month, because she's referencing balloons. So either someone's got a birthday, or there's a balloon, or
we have a bunch of birthdays in August.
okay, because she's
Our
reference.
family.
Got it. She's aware of the birthday, so she's referencing that. She's just like it's almost like she's happy because she's just, it's like any reason to celebrate or any reason to like do something is what she's referencing in that way as well. Okay, she's also another name, Susie or Susanna or Susan or it could be Sally, but it's Susan or Susanna or Sal. It's almost SA.
Do you know if living or
I
deceased?
have no idea.
Um, so I entered this huge contest, art contest, and there's this woman who's head of it, and I have literally been writing her name every day in my journal.
Really?
Yeah, and but
Okay,
that's why I don't know. This week has.
that's interesting. Okay. Okay, got it. It's the reason why I even said the name is because I was watching this show on Netflix, and this magician, he has these jokes where he says whenever he meets someone named Susan, he says, "Oh, your name is Susan? Oh, tricks for Susan." And then he like goes into this whole like tricks for Susan like routine only for women named Susan. But I was seeing that in my head, and then I twisted it and I was coming up with Susanna. So that's where she got me to say that, just so you know how she was using that to get me to go there. Um she says, "You're so hard on yourself. You're so hard on yourself. Why are you so hard on yourself?" So she keeps acknowledging that you are just really, really tough on yourself and you need to give yourself a break. You need to give yourself a break. It's as if the standards that you have for yourself are not realistic, and she wants you to just lay off of yourself and not be so hard on yourself, because she says that you just expect too much from yourself and give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. She says you were always overdoing it as a kid. And she's like, as I was talking to you, a hummingbird just flew up to the window. So she's just recognizing the hummingbird that just flew up to the window. Were you a bit of an overachiever as a child? Because she's referencing like you always wanting to overdo it and just like doing too
Yeah,
much.
and being an only child, I think you have high expectations.
Yeah,
Of, you know that weighs on you.
got it. She's also showing me a fast red car, a little fast red car. So did someone have a fast red car?
I had a red Firebird in high school.
That's it. Because so she's going back and taking me back to your time in high school and referencing how you were so tough on yourself and you had so many expectations. And then she showed me this little fast car that went, And so she's acknowledging that. She says that she is so proud of you because you are a good person and you have a good heart. And she doesn't want you to question that. And she's acknowledging that your heart is in the right place sometimes. You cannot be there for everyone, you cannot do for everybody else. You have to be there for yourself sometimes. So she's wanting to push you and make sure that you understand that she loves you and she wants you to be okay. She wants you to be fine. So she's referencing that. She's also referencing a fruit cake or fruit. Do you know if she ever made fruit cake or there was a fruit cake reference for grandma?
Yeah, I think she used to make it a lot. I always loved her cooking.
Okay, because she's referencing these fruit cakes, and it's weird because it's almost like art for her. And she says we are our own artists in our own different ways. So she's referencing her art and her craft. So she's making me aware of that as well. Christopher, Christy, Krista, Christina, Christian. There's this Chris sounding name that they're wanting to acknowledge. Do you know if there's a Chris connection to them?
My cousin Christy, that's the only one I could think of.
Okay, got it. So, and that's something that you might need to check with the family. But she's referencing the other child because I think that's where she was going with it. Okay. An orb just went through your picture, which is very interesting.
Ah,
So I
I
had
love
a
it.
hummingbird come through here, and then I had an orb go up through your picture. So
I
that's
love it.
craziness. She's stepping aside now because they've got another female stepping forward. I'm smelling smoke. Do you know if you had one of these females? If you know there was a smoker in the family?
Um, there was one, but it was it was a different grandmother that passed. I didn't really know her.
Okay, because
Um,
what I'm seeing is I'm smelling smoke, and then I'm having a little bit of a cocktail or a little drink or something. Because she's acknowledging like liking her little drinks or liking her little cocktails. So either she liked to have herself a little drink, and the voice sounds like horsey. It sounds like this. So the horse sounds like that. So she's coming across the way. But it's funny because if she made a joke, it would crack people up because she's just a funny person and like naturally funny in that way. So there's a quick wittedness to that in that way. There's also a little bit of an obscenity to this person as well. I keep thinking of Roseanne Barr, so that's why I'm thinking of this obscenity like personality. So she's coming across like that. She wants to say ah. So she's speaking that way. So that's how she's coming
Okay.
across. She is apologizing about the split in the family. So did your mom and your dad kind of split, or was there like a separation between that side of the family and your family?
Um, uh, well, there's kind of two big splits on both sides.
Okay, because she's referencing that she's apologetic about the split in the family and how people didn't get a chance to spend as much time with each other.
Oh my gosh, there's a squirrel staring at me.
See,
It's like
there.
jumping. Okay, that was really weird. Trying to get in. He's just
So we've got
okay.
animals
We've
responsive with
got
them.
spirit
I'm
animals
totally down.
everywhere.
I'm
Okay.
totally down with it. Yeah, I'm
Right.
totally down. Your grandmother steps back in really quickly. She's just like, I love your hair. I love your hair. I love your hair. So she's referencing your hair. Did you do something really drastic with your hair? Because she's acknowledging, like, you look so different from when she knew you growing up. And she says she loves your hair.
Oh, it's been everything. Being a hairdresser's daughter,
Oh,
growing it back in.
oh, that's okay. Then that's why. So yeah, because she kept talking about hair as being significant, and she was referencing hair, hair, hair. Like, where is she going with this? So that's probably what she's referring to.
All three of
Um,
her daughters were hairstylists.
oh,
So
how funny! How funny! That's which is why she would be talking about hair. Okay, got it. One last thing. Do you know if Grandma liked pina coladas?
don't know about that, but my boyfriend texted me this morning. A joke. Our song is if you like.
Like pina coladas. Okay,
He
so
wrote me that this morning.
so your grandmother was with you this morning when that joke was made, and that's why she was talking about being funny and the jokes and acknowledging the pina colada. So she was with you this morning when that was referenced. She's aware of what's going on in your life every single day,
Oh,
and
very much
she's
so.
totally with you. So just know that. But all right, she's pulling back. So tell me about your grandmother. Tell me about her, what happened with her, your connection to her.
I know as a child she had like a heart issue, and I think over time it didn't pump enough oxygen to the brain,
Got it.
caused dementia or Alzheimer's to set in early. I felt like that really hurt her the last few years of her life, probably more than a few years.
Right.
It just it was just hard because you don't want to see him in that way, and
Yeah.
I would she, I okay. So we grew up super spiritual, and her mother was basically like a healer,
Mm.
and there was something so sacred about her house, and she just had that genuine love. She put her hands on you, and you felt that you were blessed.
Yeah.
And one thing when you did the hands, I always thought of. I loved holding her hand.
Yeah.
And so many times I'm laying in bed and I will feel her hand just like lay on top of mine. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, I know that's her comfort to me.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Fernie. I
Thank
greatly
you.
appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hey, we're
Hey.
back. Yeah, my mom said that my dad's mother was a huge smoker and drinker. So,
That's why she was
but
showing up with like a cigarette and that little cocktail glass or whatever.
yeah, and I think she was much more sick than what we knew.
Yeah.
And so that made so much more sense. That definitely her, she was trying to get through.
Wow.
And then August 8th, once we hung up, I'm like, I know that has meaning, and all of a sudden it dawned on me. So I entered this contest for the federal duck stamp,
Mm-hmm.
and this piece could literally change my life.
Wow.
And I remembered I sent it off August 8th, and I was a nervous wreck, but I was celebrating at the same time. And when you mentioned my grandmother, or said balloons and celebrating, I'm like, it's not the birthdays, it's this
August 8th. Yeah.
that I have put my heart and soul into.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was just like, oh. Thanks, Fernie. Bye.
So it's odd. I almost feel like there's a beer can that he's referencing or he's acknowledging. It's funny because I feel like I put change in this or I put coins in this. So I don't know if somebody used to keep coins in a can and they're shaking it, because he's showing me like a coin can. It sounds crazy, but it's like a coin can or a can with coins in it. But he's referencing this.
Well, he might be referring to the dogs, because I have his dogs, and we actually keep a can with pennies in it to tell them no barking, and
Got
we
it.
shake it.
That's it.